This guy thought he was on a date. Come on now. What kind of date will have a camera on him? He's looking dead at the camera too. He thinks he's on a date. JD's van security service agent placed on leave after leaking sensitive date details. Man, oh man, oh man. It's just getting out of hand with this shit going on, I'm telling you. It's just getting out of hand. Yeah, base chef shuts down woke reporter on working with ICE. There's a lot coming around here. These rioters are just a way of smoke screen for this shit right here. Also, I'm going to do some more right here. So yeah, let's get ready to watch this right here. So yeah, here we go.
Your photo? You said you were training. It was your training
Yeah, that's like
photo?
4 years ago.
You're so cute. So like when he's like walking, like where are you?
Following.
Just following.
It's a group of us. We surround. Make a moment.
Yeah.
We'll have at least a minimum head and now that I'm on the vice president's actual details, a little different because we have different shifts. We have shift.
Dumbass.
Want to really see something?
Dumbass.
Take a look at what happened. We will make America proud again. You try to. We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Ah, hell. You just can't make this up. I ain't even gonna waste y'all time. I'm just gonna jump right into it, you know. Yeah. And thank y'all that brought me to my attention, you know, because we were seeing this, but we was covering a lot of other things on the 13th and 14th. But man, he openly gives away JD Vance's shift schedules, travel plans, and real-time locations. Literally treason. You can't make this up, man. But once again, James O'Keefe, once again, just got undercover footage of the Secret Service agent assigned to JD Vance's leaking sensitive security information. I mean, man, you just can't make this up, man. But it says the Secret Service never charged anyone that brought that book of sugar into the White House. Trump was nearly assassinated live on TV. No one was held accountable. Now an agent is caught leaking JD Vance's security detail. I'm calling on Director Shankar to resign. Oh, I just can't make this up.
Your photo? You're so cute.
A current Secret Service agent on Vice President J.D. Vance's security detail.
When he's like walking, like where are you?
Following. We'll have at least a minimum head and
Gives away vital, high-level security information to our undercover journalists.
we have different shifts. We have shift.
Tells her about
He always get the best footage. What the hell was what it come from, a Tinder date? They caught him up on a Tinder date, y'all. Damn.
detailed future travel plans for the Vice President, and even sends her pictures with location metadata, revealing where the President's convoy was located, potentially violating both the Secret Service NDA and United States federal law.
You just can't make... I am sick to my stomach. I'm about to throw the damn up here in the studio, y'all. This is sad, man.
House is fully aware of this. Quote, I signed paperwork, so if I don't have to give out information, I never do, otherwise I get in trouble. You really have to stand in awe of the lack of self-awareness.
They know secret about what we do.
Tomas Escato also reveals that he voted for Biden and that he hates Trump and Vance's immigration policies.
Did you vote for Biden?
Yes, I did actually.
What do you think about?
Yeah. It never fails. There we go, y'all. There we go. There we go. There it is. Your Biden voter. Your Biden voter right there. There it is, your Biden voter.
About like all the ICE stuff going on.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
They're employing taxes that shouldn't be employed.
You may have seen reports last week that someone attempted to break into Vice President J.D. Vance's home in Ohio. That incident prompted us to take a closer look. What we found in our investigation was an agent inside the Vice President's detail who is actually revealing to a total stranger that the Vice President will be visiting his home in Ohio days ahead.
Again, you guys, that's why, we always say prayers. This administration, man. Prayers for President Trump and J.D. Vance, this administration. Because quite frankly, we do not know what to expect next, man. Here it is, every single week is something new, man. Every single week.
Ahead of time. And while what you're about to see is an important story, the security of the Vice President and his family is our top priority. Now, under normal circumstances, our editorial policy is to request comment a day or two before a report airs. But in this case, we contacted the Secret Service a full week in advance of this report to ensure that nothing we report here would compromise the Vice President's safety in any way. But even with those precautions, what we uncovered is troubling, and we felt this is important for you all to see. We hope that bringing this to light strengthens security and helps prevent future vulnerabilities in our government.
Can I see your badge again with your photo? You said you were training. It was your training
Yeah, that's like 4 years ago.
You're so cute.
We met Thomas on the dating app Tinder in October of 2025. The Secret Service agent is a holdover from the Biden administration, who was actually originally tasked with protecting Kamala Harris and Doug Emhoff. In fact, he sent us this image from a Christmas party in December of 2024. There he is with Kamala Harris.
How did you get picked to do vice president?
Not by choice, it's just they talk to you, they let you know, it's like, hey, eventually you're going to have to go down to D.C.
Okay.
All roads lead to D.C. now. So you can go to the president's detail, the vice president's detail, what we call counter surveillance division, so that's undercover stuff.
Note the irony, he's talking about undercover counter surveillance to a journalist wearing a hidden camera. Tomas Escato is often directly involved in the vice president's transportation to and from his residence at the Naval Observatory, surveillance of the vice president's residence, and even protecting Vance's wife, Usha Vance, and their children. Here he complains again to a total stranger he just met about his assignment involving J.D. Vance's children.
So what are his kids like? Oh.
Yeah, we follow them everywhere. There's a 24/7, there is no slack coverage. Not like it's a babysitter, but sort of are. It's a weird one that we always talk about, like, what the fuck is this? But you can't do nothing.
Oh, you can't do anything.
No, we can't do anything.
Tomas proceeds to give our undercover journalist detailed info with pictures about the specific methods used to transport and protect the vice president. It even tells her some exact times of shift changes on the Secret Service schedule.
So when he's walking, where are you?
Follow them.
Just follow him.
There's a group of us, we surround, make a bubble.
Yeah.
We'll have at least a minimum head and now that I'm on the vice president's actual details, a little different because we have different shifts. We have shift.
Via text, J.D. Vance's Secret Service agent informs the stranger when he has picked up J.D. Vance's wife and even mentions that he and Vance are currently at. Tomas even sends a selfie from inside a J.D. Vance's residence at the Naval Observatory. It's basically a secure location while the Secret Service is surveilling the vice president's home. Now, while he's supposed to be guarding the vice president's property, Tomas is busy snapping selfies, texting our journalist. Now, here's a picture that Tomas sent us, taking off from Joint Base Andrews Air Force Base. You see the convoy vehicle going into the airplane, and some of these photos even had location metadata baked in the photos. It's worth mentioning that these pictures were taken a few months prior to sending them to our journalist. While they didn't give away the vice president's location in real time, they did give away certain routes that were used and the number of vehicles in the convoy, information which could be used in the future. This is a photo Tomas sent us from King Khalid International Airport in Saudi Arabia. Here's a photo Tomas sent us loading the convoy into an aircraft at Munich Airport in Germany, where Vice President Vance gave a speech to the Munich Security Council. Again, metadata there on the photo. Another image revealing the exact location at the presidential helicopter at JFK in New York. And we think perhaps most significant, he revealed the location where President Trump's convoy was driving through Emirates Palace in Abu Dhabi, May 2025. This convoy was transporting President Trump for a state visit with the UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. These photos are from Tomas Escoto's time during the Secret Service shot from his personal iPhone, his personal phone dating back to May, while on duty protecting the vice president and president, and all of this was sent to our undercover journalist. The Secret Service agent even goes on to detail recent visits to Minnesota, Tennessee, specifies that the Secret Service team was on location as per the procedure.
He went to Minnesota last week.
Okay.
So we sent out a team ahead of time before he went there. Ahead of time.
Okay.
So they do the security advance for that. Depending on what it is, you know, you liaison with our field office
Okay.
there, local law enforcement, state law enforcement, and any other federal law enforcement, depending on what we're doing. Come up with a plan to secure where he's going to be at, the airport, the route from each place that he's going to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If he's staying in a hotel, then we have someone else that we have to set that up.
Oh my God.
Before the trip to Tennessee, the Secret Service agent also texts our journalist informing her which plane the vice president will be traveling in and when they plan to depart. He even texts her an image of himself in the plane, notifying her that he is on board with the VP. And even worse, Escoto continues to detail Vance's future travel plans, revealing at the time that Vance will be visiting his home in Ohio for 4 to 5 days, and then will be visiting Florida for 1 night. Now, this is potentially a violation of the non-disclosure agreement that Tomas would have signed when joining the Secret Service, which states, quote, the unauthorized disclosure, unauthorized retention, or negligent handling of classified information by me could damage or irreparably be injury to the United States or could be used to advantage by a foreign nation. I hereby agree that I will never divulge classified information to anyone, unquote. And it may also be a violation of federal law. 18 U.S. Code 793, gathering, transmitting, or losing defense information. Now, in some Section D, it states, lawfully having possession of photographs related to national defense and communicating or transmitting them to any person not entitled to receive them shall be fined or imprisoned, not more than 10 years or both. It's important to note that the Secret Service could not confirm that the behavior exhibited by Tomas violates these laws, but they did say they are potential violations of the United States Secret Service Code of Conduct. Tomas is fully aware of this, as he mentions in one text to our journalist, quote, I signed paperwork, so if I don't have to give out information, I never do, otherwise I get in trouble. You really have to stand in awe of the lack of self-awareness. All of what I just showed you is ironic, because Escoto has already given our journalist information about protective formations, times of shift changes, locations and times of travel, and even pictures of vice president convoys with location data. There is one more aspect to this interaction that caught our attention. Tomas reveals to our undercover that he voted for Biden.
Did you vote for Biden?
Yes, I did actually.
No. 2020. Yeah, I did too.
That was the first time I was able to vote.
Really?
I was a citizen. I
Wow.
got my citizenship in 2018.
If Tomas got his citizenship in 2018, he's been a Secret Service agent for 5 years.
How long have you been as a Secret Service?
5 years.
5 years. Okay.
And that means he was placed into duty with the Secret Service after about 2 years of citizenship in America. Tomas also goes on to reveal that he hates President Trump and Vice President Vance's immigration policies.
What do you think about like all the ICE stuff going on?
I don't like that.
It's really sad.
I don't understand why they're covering their face. I don't agree with that at all. At the end of the day, we're public servants.
Sure.
You're allowed to see your face.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing secret about what we do. But why they're doing that, I have no idea. They gotta stop with that stuff.
Yeah. It's terribly sad.
No, that is actually a sad thing. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
They're employing taxes that shouldn't be employed.
Now there, Tomas is actually allowed to express his opinions. It's his First Amendment right. If he was only doing that, this wouldn't be a story. We thought it was important to include that because it might provide some clues or context as to why he was displaying this behavior. Whether Tomas is merely inexperienced and loose-lipped, intentionally sabotaging the vice president's security, or just plain stupid, well, that's unclear. But what's certain is this should not be happening inside our Secret Service, particularly after the serious security lapses in 2024 that led to the head of the Secret Service resigning after what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania. And why do we think this is an important story? Well, most importantly is the protection and the security of the Vice President of the United States. And we hope this story leads to better security and better protection than what we're seeing here. We're confident that it will. We hope it sends a shockwave through the Secret Service that deters bad actors and unprofessionalism in a way that, for example, Inspector General never could. And we hope that it leads people with information to come to O'Keefe Media Group and Citizen Journalism Foundation. We hope that it encourages people to tell other stories like this, to root out malfeasance in our government, and to force people to do the right thing, to force people to do their jobs. And if you know the American people are being lied to, please reach out to us. Tips of...
That damn O'Keefe boy. They have done some great investigations, man. That media group over there, oh my goodness. But now I want to get into this. We seen of the Secret Service agent learns his fate, and I believe it's not looking good for that clown. But the Secret Service learns his fate after endangering J.D. Vance's life. Let's check this out.
Welcome back to Explain America. This year I was Kyle Becker. Well, there's been another scandal inside the Secret Service, and this is an agency that was once considered the paragon of excellence inside the U.S. government. Agents who were in the Secret Service were considered to be among the most professional and disciplined in the entire federal government. But a number of scandals in the Secret Service have really given that security agency
On a Tinder date, trying to get him a piece of ass. I mean, just a complete idiot. And then let it all out. I mean, man. Just gave it all. That man, put him in handcuffs. Throw him in the cell. And then I voted for Biden. I voted for Biden. And I don't like the Trump and Vance's immigration policy. I don't like that they have masks on. They should be able to show their face. They should show their face. Public service should show their face. Clown. I tell you, man. You just can't make this up, man. But these are the clowns we talk about every single day, man. This is the incompetence. The non-qualified. The liars, the frauds. Every single day, man. Around our president, around our vice president. Told you it's within as well. Not just out, it's within.
black eye, and this latest development really looks bad, and there is disciplinary action for an agent who put J.D. Vance's life at risk. We're going to break this down, but before we do, please attention journalism. You might recall the scandals involving the Secret Service where a number of agents abroad engaged in lascivious and unprofessional behavior in a number of countries overseas. And that was just the start of the problems several years ago. There have been some concerning events affecting Secret Service agents. Of course, Butler County, Pennsylvania, with Donald Trump, there are still a lot of questions about how that came to be, where the former president of the United States, who was campaigning for re-election, he was shot in the ear and almost killed. It would have been an absolute tragedy for the country because we would have seen a much different political climate. It would have gotten even worse than what it was, and it was already heated. Now, we have to give them some credit for the apprehension of Ryan Ruth, Mar-a-Lago, but again, he came too close for comfort in setting up on a golf green and looking to take out Trump. It was one event after another that caused a lot of concern for Americans, but now we're seeing some problems with J.D. Vance's Secret Service detail. Of course, we just recently reported about Matthew DeFore, who was taken into federal custody and put behind bars awaiting trial because he had smashed a Secret Service vehicle near J.D. Vance's